Every day, new steps are taken to ease the travel flow in Vietnam and return daily life to a pre-pandemic state. What would have been impossible 6 months ago is now a reality. I'm flying from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh City on business with literally no restrictions. While I'm in the city, I'm going to take part in one of the most anticipated events of the year. Massive crowds in the streets celebrating a victory when Vietnam faces Thailand in the 31st Southeast Asian Games football final taking place in Hanoi. I'm John Sabot, and these are my Far East travels. The 31st SEA Games were to have taken place in Hanoi in 2021, but pandemic restrictions forced the event to be delayed until 2022. In 2019, I witnessed the victory celebration in Ho Chi Minh City when Vietnam shut out Indonesia 3-0 in the final that took place in the Philippines. Winning 2 finals in a row would be monumental for the country, demonstrating its strength as an athletic powerhouse of the region. Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon, is still one of the fastest growing cities on the planet. Every time I return, there's something new, either making things more inconvenient or more interesting. This time, the blue barriers surrounding the construction site of the new metro have come down, and for the first time in years, there are clear views on either side of Lê Lợi Street. What's happening here? A new metro and rideshare bikes for Ho Chi Minh City? I wonder how different things will look on my next visit.
Well, it's about 40 minutes before the final's going to start, and here in Ho Chi Minh City it's been raining off and on all afternoon, and it's raining right now. Highly unlikely, though, it's going to dampen the spirits at all here of Vietnamese and fans. In fact, I think we're going to see absolute chaos in the streets here tonight, no matter what the outcome.
Nguyen Hue is the epicenter of activities for the final, with a few giant screens set up and a party-mad crowd headed by a beer-branded DJ booth that feels like it's feeding a starving mob scraps before the main course arrives. The surrounding streets are jam-packed with onlookers, watching the spectacle from the comfort of their motorbikes, ready when the game ends to assault the streets with a cacophony of sounds. I could feel this crowd and city had already determined the outcome of this final. They're ready. So, in an effort to conserve some energy, I scope out other areas away from the core and took a brief break in my hotel room. It's an exciting game with no points on the board until just a few minutes before regulation time ended, Vietnam had scored. I got a motorbike taxi off the street with just a few minutes to get back to the center of action. It was clear after a couple of minutes that I wasn't going to make it back in time to see the reaction from the crowd when the game ends. So this is the reality of what I did see and hear. Screams from a bar and a few people on bikes cheering. This will be the most restrained celebrating of the night. Starting from the Saigon Center, things were just warming up. The entrepreneurs were out selling all things that contribute to the clangor of celebratory sounds, including all things horn. A negotiation takes place for a horn. The seller clearly looks like she doesn't like his offer and moves on. Someone else rolls up. Seems like the big one is out of his price range, so he settles for the smaller model. I follow the din of celebration back to Nguyen Hue, where the energy is now the equivalent of a massive Wembley Stadium concert. I've been fortunate enough to witness a few major sporting victories in my time, including Olympic events. This was different and in many ways more symbolic, that went deeper than just a sports championship. You see, many Vietnamese tell me that the three main regions of the country, the South, Central, and North, have many differences, even including the way they speak, only sharing a few things in common. So when there's a chance to come together in something that taps into a commonality of spirit and love of their country, like a football victory, all regions quickly unite for their team, Vietnam, and the euphoria that goes with joining fellow citizens across the country in something they all believe in. And that's probably the way it will always be.